What's up, guys? My name is MrGreen, and in this video we're going to be talking about the Western that is known as High Noon, a very popular one. So let's talk about it. Yes, I just changed my shirt. Yes, my chair is in here, and yes, I look tired because I just reacted to Good Kid, Mad City on Twitch. Link in the description. It's just, I have to get a video out there, and just for my own sanity, they have to have like different shirts for every video. At least like I have to hold off on repeats, and I haven't worn this Baby Yoda yet, so we're wearing this one. So High Noon, that is a Western, a very popular one. It's got Lloyd Bridges in it. It's got the bad from the good, the bad, and the ugly, which I still haven't seen in it. And we're going to talk about it. So on Xfinity, that's first. So I'm going to talk about how we're looking on Xfinity. This one's going to be pretty off the cuff and probably a shorter one, but I need content to hold everyone over before I talk about another movie, or whenever I get around to finishing my 2001 video, but that takes ages. So let's get to it. High Noon. This one has a very, interesting premise. I really like the premise of this movie. There's a man, he has a vendetta against the marshal of this town. He's on a train, and he's coming down to kill him at high noon. His gang are there waiting for him, and Marshall, I was gonna say sheriff, but it's Marshall, has to do everything in his power to go and try and rally up the people, because there is no police force anymore. Because he just retired, so he needs to rally up a group of people to help him fight this guy. I'm not entirely sure what he did that was really bad. I think he just killed somebody. But, it's pretty typical in the Old West. And right off the bat, what do I love about this? Spoilers, by the way. Normally in, movies like this, he would rally up the troops, or, they might be against him at first, but then in the end, they'd all come together, and, they'd fight him off. They, join out, they have an Avengers moment, just, the troops. We've united, and we're gonna take down this guy. No. The town says, F you, we don't care about you, we hope you die too. So he goes in alone and unarmed against this guy who is built up throughout the whole movie. And one tiny little flaw that I have with this what would make this movie god tier would be if when the train pulls up and you see how that shot under the train tracks and the train just goes over, if the movie just ended there, or even just with him walking out in the town all alone, that would have been amazing. Because they build up this guy crazy, and there's not really a way for him to live up to that hype. And then the ending, he just kind of kills them all and wins. But if it just ended right there with ambiguity, never seeing who this guy is, him just going in alone, knowing that he's probably going to die, that would have been a great ending. But alas, that's not what we get, but I'm not complaining. I still think the movie's good. The premise puts you in a lot of suspense, and when I looked at the length of the movie, and that it was at high noon, and when it started taking place in terms of time, I thought this would be an in real time movie. I was wrong. That would have been cool too, but it was the 50s. They ain't on that yet. I don't have a chair here. It got damaged during the Twitch stream. I can fix it, don't worry. But Lloyd Bridges, pretty good in this movie. Isn't it? Pretty good. Guy as a marshal, pretty good. All the performances are pretty good. They're kind of some bit over the top because this is a Western from the 50s. So it's not going to be dead serious performances. But, it's got the basics down. The finale is decent. A bit underwhelming, to say the least, because this man is built up like it's Thanos for the 50s. The 50s equivalent of Thanos. And then my man just shows up with a gun and then gets taken down like it's no problem. Horses, vegan alert. I'm not a vegan. I can't say I'm a vegan. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a vegan. But I know certain vegans might not like to watch what happens to the horses. Certain vegans might rate this a half-star on Letterboxd, and I'm just going to assume, since they didn't write a review, that maybe it's just because the horses look like they were in danger. Fair enough, if you're a vegan. I ain't on that, and I'm not even a vegan. Leave the horses alone. I love horses. Horses are the best. That's why I don't need horses, but no one eats horses. I'm going to move on before I anger some vegans, so let me just... The direction is nothing special, nothing to write home about. The opening scene, though. The opening scene just instantly launches you in this state of just suspense, with just these three guys just showing up, and you're like, who are these people? What's their deal? And then once you find out their deal, you're like, okay, let's just make sure our main character doesn't die. And then you're just, the whole time, you're in just suspense. It does kind of drag a bit in the middle. This isn't a perfect movie. This movie's got flaws. Why is it so iconic? I think it's just because of the premise. The premise is killer. But I think if the premise wasn't as good as it was and the suspense, like throughout most of it, wasn't as good as it was, this would not be remembered. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. There's good acting, decent direction, and an amazing premise. Wish they cut it off a bit earlier. Wish they maybe like paced it a bit better. But I'm not gonna complain. This movie was decent. Nothing to write home about. But aside from that amazing premise, so I'm gonna give High Noon a B. Now, how did it look on Xfinity? Because no one uses Xfinity. I don't even know if it's like a streaming service through Xfinity. I don't know how this works. All I know is that it looked pretty good, not gonna lie. Stay hydrated. Water! But yeah, this looked pretty good. Like, everything was pretty solid. Like, there was no kind of washed out colors. Everything was pretty defined. Like, I had no issue in terms of like the picture quality. It went like a step above. Hence why I'm talking about it. Audio, it's fine. But yeah, just they really kind of stepped it up for Xfinity. So I don't think you need to buy it on Blu-ray. I don't think the movie is like warranted. Like maybe if you really like it, like I might buy it one day. But I think streaming, I think you're good just streaming. I don't think you need to buy this on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure if you got Xfinity or maybe even Prime, because Prime might be the same thing in terms of just quality, I think you're in for a pretty good like movie experience. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, share, subscribe, comment below. What movies would you like me to talk about next? Album reviews coming soon. They are so hard to make. They take so much time. So I'm sorry, I'm not going faster. It's just hard to do. So just subscribe, watch the content, give me views, give me subscribers above all, so I can just do more things. You know, I got some things planned. Got some profile picture changes. Got some new segments to the channel I'd like to add. But alas, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's call it here. Subscribe. And we're on good terms, okay? Go on. Are we on good? Yeah, we're on good terms. Let's go. Bye.